Alright, I'm going to show y'all how I make my Brunswick stew. And I have a terribly bad sore throat, so anyway. If you like Fincher's barbecue, Brunswick stew, this tastes almost just like it. And I don't eat barbecue. I don't like barbecue. I will eat Old Clinton, and I'll eat this. But other than that, I don't do barbecue. Okay. Everything I have is the regular size cans. You know, the standard size cans of everything. Except for you're going to need a large can of Castleberry's Brunswick stew. Okay, that goes in the crock pot. This is a crock pot recipe. So that goes in. And what I do is you fill this can up about that much with water. Halfway. And you stir it up, you know, with your spoon to get it all out. And pour that in there. Save the can. We'll need it. Okay. Then you're going to need, not the standard size, but the large can of, I use crushed tomatoes. You can use stewed tomatoes, I guess, or petite diced tomatoes, or you can use 3 cans of the regular size Rotel, but I don't think it's good with that. I'll just use crushed tomatoes or tomato puree. And then you want to dump that in there. And I don't really rinse it out, but you can, but just don't put but about 1/4 of a can. Just enough to get it out of the bottom. Okay. I'm about to freeze. I think I'm getting a fever. Okay, everything else is the standard size cans. Alright, you gotta have, over there where you buy the Brunswick stew, and I know it sounds gross. Y'all thinking gross, this is canned, but it's not, trust me. This is, Kroger has it, Vietti barbecue pork, and when you open it, it's going to have that nasty fat on the top, but that's why you save your can, because that'll come off. See how that'll come off? Scrape the top of that off and get rid of it in one of your cans and put that in there. It's not a whole lot. It's only like half a can when you get that oil off the top. Okay. Then you're going to need a can of the same brand barbecue beef. And it doesn't have fat on the top. Maybe a little bit. I mean, you can get that out if you want to. My throat is so sore. You put that in there. Barbecue beef, barbecue pork, and a large thing of Brunswick stew. And you can buy another brand, but I've never found another brand. This came from my Aunt Joyce. This is my Aunt Joyce's recipe. Okay, then stir that up a minute, okay? Just stir it up. I'll show you what it looks like when I get it done. Just stir that up good. Alright, then you want to add a can. I use the white. Because you know when you buy Brunswick stew at Fincher's, it has like white corn in it. So I buy the Kroger brand. 1 can, regular can, of white sweet kernel corn. Okay. And that in there. Drain it off. And then 1 can of cream style white corn. You can use yellow corn, it don't matter. But I just like the white because it makes it look like Fincher's barbecue. And it tastes just as good as Fincher's. And no offense, I hate Fincher's barbecue. Tucker's and all that. Ugh. Don't drop your can in it. I just don't like barbecue. But I'll eat this. It's good. Stir that up. I tried to use my little movie camera, but the battery was dead, and I wanted to post this. Because I'm about to go to bed. I think I'm getting the flu or something. Okay, then you're going to you can boil your potatoes until they're kind of fork tender and put them in here, or chop them up little and cook this until the potatoes are done. But I put a can of potatoes in here, diced potatoes. And they're just as good because all this is potatoes and salt and water, if you look on the back. Potatoes, water, sea salt, and there's just like one because of calcium chloride to preserve it. So really it's not bad for you. Alright, stir that up. And then I put a can, and I know they don't have potatoes in the Brunswick stew at Fincher's, but put it, it's good. And, you know, they do have, I think they have the English peas, so, yeah. You put a can of English peas in there. I buy the baby kind, the very small kind. And Aldi's has them for like 49 cents. And you know, a can of soooo is like $3 at almost. And then put that in there. And my Aunt Joyce's recipe calls for Lowry's, like a teaspoon of Lowry's, but I don't put that. But what you want to do to make it, to fake it rather, so it'll taste just like the real stuff, is you take apple cider vinegar and you pour, I put like 2 or 3 capfuls in it. Oops. And really, I ain't going to pour it in the cap. I'm just going to say, if y'all can't measure, put like 3 tablespoons. And I just pour a shot in there. Just about that much. It just makes it kind of tart, like that barbecue. Alright, and then stir it up. And let it cook. And when it gets hot, it's done. Because everything in here is done. I mean, there's nothing raw in here. And stir it up. My throat is so sore. Anyway, that's all you do, man. I'm telling you, this will last. If there's only like 4 people eating on it, it'll last for 2 or 3 days. If there's 2 people eating on it, you can freeze this stuff too. But anyway, that's what it looks like. I hope I don't screw this up. That's what it looks like. Let me do this. Bear with me. Well, where is it? I don't see. Anyway, can you see that? That is some good stuff, y'all. And whenever I eat mine and dip it in a bowl, then you can add, you know, add you some hot sauce. You can put hot sauce in here now if you want to. I've done it like that too. But anyway, there's your Brunswick stew. And I'm going to bed.